Alright guys, another thing I wanted to talk about you guys is the way that the heads-up display actually sometimes does worse than it actually helps. So, for example, right here, this guy is my teammate, right? He's my teammate. Are you sure? No, he's not. Look at this. See? So this is why sometimes the 3D heads-up display is more of an enemy than of a friend, because it induces you in thinking that you are actually safe with a teammate, but you're actually not safe at all because he's not a teammate. Alright? Now let's watch that again. This is another awesome thing. Look at this. The weapon going through the wall, working as intended. This is the in-game physics working as intended. So this is another example. He looks like my teammate. It totally looks like my teammate, but it's actually not. This happens all the time, especially on players with more than 32 players. With all that mess, all those 3D icons of your teammates laying around behind the walls. Sometimes you can't even distinguish enemy from friendly, and it's really game breaking. Alright guys, so this is another example. Everything is clear, right? No foes showing whatsoever. The area is clear, right? Well, let's look closely without the 3D HUD. Think again. Look. An enemy right there. Okay? Now let's do it again. See how the 3D heads-up display actually does more harm than it actually helps? Everything is in your face. Everything is blocking what you actually need to see. DICE worked so hard on trying to show us everything that's happening around us, that they actually do worse than they're supposed to. Alright? So my goal here is to show that we need an option to disable these 3D heads-up display stuff, because as a client I should be able to go on the options, on the video or gameplay or whatsoever, and have an option to disable 3D heads-up display. I can see clearly by only using the minimap. All the icons that show behind walls also show on the minimap, which is more than enough. Alright, so this is just what I'm asking here, for an option to disable 3D heads-up display. So this is just another example on how everything on your heads-up display rushes towards the center of your screen. When you are capturing or defending a flag, the symbol sticks to the center of the screen, and that shouldn't happen as well. I mean, you already have a noise when you are capturing a flag, that tick count, tick, tick, tick. You remember that sound? That means that you are capturing or defending a flag. You don't need to have this thing in your face saying, hey, there's a flag here, capture it. I mean, come on. Now, speaking about the heads-up display, there's another thing I just can't understand. So what you're seeing here is gameplay without user interface. I disabled the in-game heads-up display. So the one you're seeing, it's static, as you noticed by now. And the reason why, it's because I added an overlay with the default version of the heads-up display, and now I'm gonna use my version of the heads-up display so that you guys see the difference. Now, can you see the difference? The original one is clustered more towards the center of the screen, while the one I did actually uses more the borders of your screen, which is, in my opinion, how it should be. The center of your screen should be as clear as possible so that you actually see what's going on. So with everything clustered in the center of your screen, flag indicators, red triangles, blue triangles, everything, the shot text, the health, the minimap, the kill feed, the kills you make, the points you earn, the achievements you receive, the unlocks, the level ups, everything is clustered around the center of your screen. And that shouldn't happen, because I want to see what's actually happening in the game. Another small, huge detail is that everything that the heads-up display shows you visually, it gives you also the information on a way that you can actually listen to it. So there's always a sound followed by an action. I mean, there's always sorry, there's always a noise, a specific noise after you perform a specific action. For example, if you kill somebody, it will show on the kill feed that you killed him, right? But we will also have a notification, a sound notification that you killed someone. It's a specific sound. for earning points, then you know that you killed someone, or at least you want an assist for some kill. The same thing happens when you are capturing a flag. You know, even though the flag indicator rushes towards the center of your screen, you have this tick count, tick, 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 that tells you that you are actually capturing the flag. And if by some reason that capture action stops because someone from the enemy team steps in the flag radius, the sound would also stop. So just by listening to the sound, you can understand every single information in the game. For example, right here I don't have heads-up display. So how sometimes when the enemy is far away, how can I distinguish the enemy from my teammates? It's simple. I press the spot button, the Q button, and my soldier will tell something like enemy soldier spotted, or enemy sniper spotted, or enemy vehicle spotted. So even though I don't have the information on my screen, I have the sound information. So that's more than enough. Now all I'm asking again is the option to disable 3D heads-up display elements, icons. So I still want to have my health, my ammo, the minimap, the chat box, the kill feed. I still want those things, the crosshair, but I don't want anything 3D related. I don't want to see anything through walls. So I should be able to go to the game options, as I said previously, and disable it. Now I'm going to keep using this this gameplay without heads-up display, so that I can prove another point of mine at the end of the video. And meanwhile, we're just going to talk about something else. And for the next 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to have my version of the heads-up display. And you're going to see how smooth, how better this is. The gameplay experience really is, because this way, you actually take the most out of the beauty of this game. Because you don't have all the icons kind of ruining the immersion that you're having. You only have the health, the ammo, the minimap, and the chat box, which you can also disable. You know, if you press the H key or the J key, the chat box completely disappears. Even if someone types something, it won't show. So you can also disable that, which is, for me, a great thing, because I hate having things on my screen distracting me from what I actually want to see. Now let's talk about the score system. The score system is one of the teamwork tools and teamwork inducement techniques that Battlefield 3 actually uses in the worst possible way. And here's why. Whenever you think about class balance, you think about how much score can you make as an individual player playing whichever class. And it's obvious, the class that can farm the most score is the Mᴏʀᴏ class. Not only because it has the most overpowered weapons and you can kill a lot easier with it, but because every single kill gives you 100 points, which I think it's too much. And also each revive gives you 100 points as well. So if you want to farm lots of points in the game, you just play as a medic, and that's wrong. First of all, I don't think that killing an enemy should earn you 100 points, because that makes up for individual players, lone wolves that only care about killing, because that's the way to get the most score and that's the way to finish top in the scoreboard. So if team actions actually granted you much more points than they actually do, I think that people would start playing with other classes, and the teamwork that you see in the rounds you play would actually be much better. Now you can also argue that reviving is a teamwork action, and it actually is, but you know as well as I do that most of the players do it because they get lots of score because of that. So it's the perfect combo. They play with an overpowered weapon and still get the chance to revive someone and get lots of points for it. So this really needs to be fixed. Another thing about the score system is that since killing grants you 100 points, regardless of the class you're playing with, you always get 100 points by every kill. Because of that, new players are encouraged from the ground up to play only caring about the kills and not the teamwork actions. Now, if newer players, judging by their rank, would get more points every time they perform a team action, you would actually be encouraging them to play the objective from the ground up. And believe me, playing Battlefield 3 would be a far less frustrating experience, because instead of playing with a bunch of kill that ratio apes, you were actually playing with teamwork guys that play the objective and perform team actions because they know that that gets them the most points, and because of that they'll do it. Alright, so there's just one thing that DICE really needs to add. I mean, if I'm a 70, let's say an Eagle 72 or an Eagle 70, I should earn less points for a team action than a new player, for example. If you do want to reward players with kills, do so, but on a later part of the game. For example, when a player reaches Colonel 50 or something like that, then start to give them more points for killings, because up until the point where he started playing to the level 50, he was used to play as a team and perform team actions because that would give them the most points, and because of that he adopted this kind of gameplay, this teamwork gameplay. So it's okay to later on, you know, give him more points for kills because, you know, he's so deep into teamwork actions that he will actually do those. So, and right here I killed the teammate. Whoops, my bad. And vaulting system working as intended, and I get killed because of it. Yeah. So as I was saying, since the player was educated from the ground up to play as a team, even though he's getting later on he's getting more points for kills, he will keep and he will maintain his teamwork, you know, gameplay, I guess. But for me, teamwork tools would always give you more score, more points than actual kills. Kills are important, yes, but again, this is Battlefield, and what makes Battlefield a Battlefield game is that you accomplish victory, or even if you lose and if you get lots of kills, the thing is you actually had lots of teamwork involved in the gameplay, and that's what makes Battlefield a Battlefield game. So I think that DICE should use this tool for Battlefield 4 and start giving more points to teamwork actions than to actual kills. Okay, at least do so on an earlier part of the game, so that players learn to play like that from the ground up. And believe me, trust me, gameplay would be much more enjoyable like that, because again you wouldn't be able you would be playing with rational people instead of mindless, dumb run and gun players. Now the video is almost finished here. The round is almost is about to finish. There we go, it finished. And if you look at my score and consider that I was playing without a heads-up display for the entire time, I didn't do that bad. Not because I'm a good player, but because there's no need to have all those things in your screen all the time. I mean, I do need the minimap, it's crucial. I need the crosshair, and I need to know my ammo and health and the kill feed, obviously. But I don't need to see stuff through walls. It actually gets in the way of the things I want to see, and sometimes it even prevents me from seeing things that really matter, or even makes me understand things in the wrong way, thinking that there's a teammate over there when it actually isn't. Alright, so all I'm asking is for DICE to tweak the options for Battlefield 4 and give players the ability to disable 3D icons. So what you guys think? Tell me on the comment section, and as always guys, thanks for watching. Cheers.